Well, I've never let my politics influence my music, except very, very rarely, and usually in a very generalized sort of way. No particular reason. I found, though, that when I sang a protest song, nobody believed it. I just did not have that kind of voice, and I did not have that kind of presence. I couldn't do those things well. Of course, when I came into the music scene, it was the height of the McCarthy period. And the Weavers were blacklisted, and the blacklist was going very strong. Pete had been cited and convicted, I believe, of contempt of Congress, and had a suspended, well, not a suspended, but he had a sentence of I don't know what hanging over his head. It was not thrown out of court until the late 50s or early 60s. People who were older than I was, I and my contemporaries, and who were in music, folk music, were very, very hard pressed and very scared. I mean, people who had jobs to lose were rightfully very worried about losing them. It was very difficult for a sighted singer to get any kind of work. If the American Legion got word of the fact that somebody who was cited as a communist or a communist sympathizer or something like that in red channels was playing somewhere, the American Legion might very well throw a picket line out in front of it. And influence was used. If Pete Seeger, some people wanted to do a Pete Seeger concert in Akron, Ohio, or someplace like that. Somebody would get hold of whoever owned the hall that had been rented and said, "Do you know you're renting your hall to a communist, blah blah blah?" And all of a sudden, the deposit would be returned to whoever had hired the hall for the Seeger concert. That kind of thing was going on all the time. There was a great deal of harassment, both from government agencies and from self-appointed vigilantes. For us, the younger generation, who had basically nothing to lose, I mean, we didn't have to worry about somebody pulling a concert hall out from under us. No one in his right mind was going to put us in a concert hall in the first place. It was a very different thing. I mean, we could afford to take a relatively detached point of view on all this kind of thing. So, in a sense, the paranoia, justifiable paranoia, that went through the folk music field in the 50s left us untouched, or relatively untouched, which probably was a good thing. We weren't cowed. They had no stick to beat us with. And when the civil rights movement and the anti-war movement came in the 1960s, we weren't afraid that we would be compromised or something like that. Had we gone through what the older generation went through in the 1950s, I wonder if we would have been quite so gung-ho in 1964 and 1965.
Fly, silly seabird, no dreams can possess you. No voices can blame you for sun on your wings. My gentle relations have names they must call me for loving the freedom of all flying things. My dreams, like the seagulls, fly out of reach, out of cry. I came to the city and lived like old Crusoe on an island of noise in a cobblestone sea. And the beaches were concrete and the stars paid a light bill, and the blossoms hung false from the store window trees. My dreams, like the seagulls, fly out of reach, out of cry. I cried to the seagull who danced on these waters and catches her silver fine dinner alone, crying, where are the footsteps that danced on these beaches, and the hands that cast wishes that sank like a stone. My dreams, like the seagulls, fly out of reach, out of cry, out of the city and down to the seaside. The sun on my shoulder and wind in my hair. But sandcastles crumble and hunger is human, and humans have hunger for dreams they can share. My dreams, like the seagulls, fly out of reach, out of cry.